Now, let me say that about 2 weeks before the festival, some information had come to me that the boys there were planning to do something. Some other reasons I may not be able to disclose here. So I managed to call some of our boys and I spoke with them. And they assured me that they are working on them. Unfortunately, I had to travel to Ivory Coast, and when I came from Ivory Coast, I went to Egypt. So I wasn't around to really meet them personally to resolve the issues. So on that day, when we got to the Deba grounds, the boys started shouting, "Away MPP, we don't want MPP, away MPP, bring NDC, away MPP, bring NDC."
And that is an NDC stronghold?
It's an NDC stronghold.
That community?
Yes, let me give you this information that since 1992, I'm the first NPP person to have won the seat.
So the constituency is an NDC stronghold?
It's an NDC stronghold. That's where President Atamil says from.
Right.
And I've been voting NDC ever. Even in 2016, when I was winning, the President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo lost by over 30,000 votes. I won by a mere 685 votes.
Okay.
So first, there's this thing with NDC people that they think they can take the seat back. So whatever we have to do to take the seat back, we'll do it to take the seat back. So when the DC, unfortunately, the DC, I was in the company of DC, the party chairman and other party executives. And the DC comes from that community. During the election, they supported us. The young guys from the community really supported us. And their request was that if we should win, we should make the chairman, then chairman, who is from the community, the DC.
Okay.
So we heeded to this and we made him the DC. And we are aware that once he's the DC, if there's any developmental issues in the community, he will be the best person to take it up. And since that time, he has also been doing a lot, because there are a lot of complaints that any job that comes there goes to people from that community, ASAM particularly. But they have raised other concerns that maybe we can discuss later, not now. So when the DC got up to speak, they started shouting, "Away, away, pa, 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 away." They started doing that pa, 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 away thing. We don't want you MPP here. Then he managed to speak, make whatever presentation he wanted to make, and he ended. I was also called to speak. When I also got out to speak, in fact, they made some loud noise. They kept shouting.
Right.
But I'm also managed to speak. We did a presentation to the community. After that, I interacted with the chiefs, I interacted with everybody. I wasn't rushed into my car. I wasn't smuggled into anywhere.
This is what the media reports suggest.
There are two incidences that happened. This is at the Deba ground.
Okay.
That is where I was involved.
Okay.
So what they did to me was to shout at me, to say, "Away, away, away." Now, when we left the Deba grounds and were coming out of the community, these same guys have moved from the Deba ground and had just like formed a barrier or kind of sort on the road leading to the main road. They will not allow us to go. So the DCE, who is from the community and who you see in the video, got down and went and asked the people to move away. So he was the one who was kind of struggling with them, getting them to be off the road. When the guys started moving, then they started banking on the car.
Right.
Pam, pam, pam. So the policemen decided that they would go and arrest somebody. So there was a little scuffle there. But I was sitting comfortably in my car. The DC is the one who was wearing the fugu that we see in the video. I am not wearing the video. So for somebody to write that I was almost lynched and all that, it's not true. I wasn't lynched and nobody will lynch me. Because we understand from, like I said 2 weeks earlier, we have had this information.
Right.
We thought we had worked on it and then nothing was going to happen. Unfortunately, it did. But my life was never under threat in any way.
All right, but so have you tried to speak to the leaders of that community about this incident?
Oh, that very day after we left, I understand the leaders called them, they came to kneel down at the Deba grounds and they apologized. The chiefs also came to my house the following day, Sunday, to apologize because I was there as a guest of the chiefs.
Right.
And it wasn't proper for them to treat the guests of the chief in the manner they treated. Especially when you are talking, you want to deliver your speech, and they say they will not allow you to deliver your speech. And they don't want you in the community. Yeah. So, yes, we have met with them. Some people are asking, why are we not arresting the boys? And I told them that I can't go and arrest the boys.
Why? The police can arrest them. Why aren't they being arrested?
Maybe because I've not reported to the police.
Okay, but why haven't you reported it?
I think that these are people from the community, and we went to the community as the guests of the chiefs and the people of the community. And so I've asked the chiefs that we came here as your guests. These guys misbehaved. You have to call them and ask them what happened. And the other thing is that we have had so many reasons for what they did.
Some say that there were promises to provide jobs for the youth of the community, and those jobs haven't come. And so you coming back was a reminder that you've reneged on your promise.
And I've heard somewhere that since election I haven't been there. I go to almost every Sunday. And
you've never experienced this kind of incident before?
No. And I'm telling you that I had information that they were planning to do this.
Okay.
For some reason, I will not disclose on air now. But they were planning to do this for certain reasons. But I called them and I told them they shouldn't do that. They had come to me earlier with 2 requests, which for all those requests I refused. And so it was like, if you are refused...
Is it connected to jobs?
It's not really connected to jobs.
Okay.
It's not really connected to jobs.
But you don't want to disclose it?
Yeah.
Okay, but, I mean, these young people who are engaged in this, scuffle with you and your DC, you were not affected in any way. What do? Do they work?
First of all, these guys are indigenous of Assam.
Okay.
But they are not residents of Assam.
Right.
There's some, they are called Takwa boys. They are Galamsey workers in Takwa who have come home because of the ban on Galamsey. Their job is gone.
So is that part of the anger?
That is the motivation. And that motivation gives them the room for anybody to use them to do whatever they want to do. So where they are talking about jobs, somewhere this year, or maybe around December or somewhere, I've forgotten the exact time, they started agitating that NPP has destroyed their jobs and they don't have jobs and blah, blah, blah. So I went to meet them and I promised them that we will try and get something for them.
Right.
Now, what have we done? There was opportunity to recruit people into community police. My constituency is small, but I'm managed to get about 115 people, and majority of them are from those communities and those boys.
Okay.
We have gotten opportunity to put some on the afforestation program that our brother Sir John launched. So some of them are on the afforestation program. Remember, we did the first one, this is one factory. And we wanted to site it at Assam, by land issue, we sited a little bit away between Assam and Anabing.
Okay.
And so all the farms that are coming up are springing up within these areas. And I've directed that.
Which factory?
It's a pineapple processing factory. Okay. This one factory.
But is it ready? It's not ready.
We are doing the farms.
Okay.
The factory is about over 50% complete.
Okay.
But we have sited one of the farms there. And then everybody working on the farm receives salary at the end of the month. And these guys, some of them are in there. So, if you say job, their argument is that they want to go back to Galamsey because the 400 Ghana cedis, 450 they are taking.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. So they want a good job and they want to go back to the Galamsey. I am part of the government, but I'm not the one who took the decision to ban Galamsey to suffer this much in terms of their disappointment and everything. And this is a whole national thing. It's not just against the people of Assam. It's a government decision which is affecting everybody.
Yeah.
So you cannot take me on that. There's also another thing which they are saying that I promised to build a secondary school there. I find that very strange.
First, you never made a promise like that before the election?
No. And then let me tell you, most of the things that they said MPs go about promising, they are not promises we make. They are requests.
Requests from who?
The communities make the request to you.
But you don't say you can't do them.
You can't say that. Can you say that?
But why can't you tell them? If you know it's impossible, why can't
you
tell them?
No, you tell them that when I come, I'll try and do something about it.
So you mislead them?
Truly, I am doing something about it.
Okay.
They told me that they have a land which they have taken over 20 years ago. They wanted to put up a secondary school. Every member of parliament that comes is not able to help them do it. So when I come, I should help them to do that. So now when I want power, I told them that secondary school, we have about 4 secondary schools there. It's a small community. So we should rather look at doing a technical school. They have agreed. I have given them, before this Saturday, I give them 250 bags of cement. I've given bags of cement to all the communities. As for that place, we have given them 250 bags of cement. This Saturday, I gave them 100 bags of cement in addition. That's about 350 bags of cement, where the community people have used to start putting up a building. You can't just start a school in a vacuum. You have to put out a structure. And we are doing that. So if somebody says, I promise to put up a secondary school there and I haven't done that, I don't know what they are talking about, because we are constructing the school for them.
Okay. But do you have such challenges? Do you think that these challenges are happening primarily because you are not NDC? Did your predecessors run into similar problems, if you remember?
Not at all. They were in power for 20 years. Let me tell you, nothing much happened there. I came in, I'm not in the politics to make wealth or to do whatever. I am in politics to change lives of people, and that's what I'm doing. And I want to remain focused in what I'm doing. Since we came to power, my campaign, I didn't campaign that I'm going to put school buildings here, that, no. I campaigned that there's so much poverty there, but I understand the fundamentals. The fundamentals is that a lot of people are not going to school, a lot of them don't have trade, and so when I come, these are the things I'm going to work on to reduce poverty in the community. What I've done is trying to put some of these young people who are putting pressure in some of these small jobs. I have put, this year alone, I put 127 people into apprenticeship. I go to the assembly, and the assembly people are always telling me, I'm not using my common fund money to do projects. I'm using it to pay for people's admission into universities. And I'm preparing to launch a fundraising program, a fund to support this activity I'm doing, because I believe that if we are able to put a lot of them into tertiary schools, we're able to give them some job, employable skills, then they can also fit and get something to do and get out of poverty. And so that is basically what I'm doing. Okay.
All right, let's take our very first break. We'll come back to continue our discussion with the Honorable Francis Kingsley Atu-Kojo. He's a member of parliament for the Kumfi constituency and also Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. We'll be right back.
In this part of the world, we are up long before the sun. Playing our part to make our world, our connections, and relationships a lot more brighter. They say agrobeswa, ne frianopa. Start your day bright with MTN Kokroko. For only 1 Ghana cedi, you can enjoy 400 megabytes of data and 30 minutes of free MTN to MTN calls every day from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. everywhere you go. Dial *138# to buy the MTN Kokroko bundle now.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
In real life, there's no buffering. So why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to the home from MTN. MTN Home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband from the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go. And says I pay for no, I was drinking sports beer.
And don't go bitters, a demufua.
Welcome back to State of Affairs, brought to you by Cowbell Gold Fortified Choco Milk Drink, made from the finest cocoa from Ghana, rich malt and the perfect amount of milk and sugar. It's also full of proteins and vitamins, and it's definitely energy for winners. Go On Energy Drink is another proudly made in Ghana product by Twelum Industrial Company Limited, and it's a drink for all. This is because it contains key ingredients which helps improving blood circulation and improves weight loss. And it's also a warning to you that excessive drinking can be detrimental to your health, and it's not recommended for children, that's persons under 18, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people insensitive to caffeine. For bulk purchase and any information, contact 0249 71 7777 or 0501 282 589. Go On Energy Drink, no limit. The show is also brought to you by MTN, everywhere you go. I'm talking to the Member of Parliament for the Kumasi constituency in the Western region, the Honourable Francis Kingsley Atukojo. He's also Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture. You're welcome once again to the show. Okay, so we're talking about development basically in the constituencies. Now, let me find out from you, since you didn't report this to the police and you say that these young people have gone back to the chiefs to render some form of apology, have they tried getting in touch with you at all?
Well, I must say that some youth from the community kept coming to my house to apologize. But I haven't seen any of the guys involved come over. But I had a lot of youth from the community who later on came to apologize and said that it doesn't represent him and all that. So a lot
You're
of...
fine, you've forgiven them.
Oh, I mean, these things, they are the risk of the job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so...
Exigencies of the job, isn't it? It could be, by the way, it's in the central region, not the western region, it's in the central region. Now, we're talking generally about development, and you're from a fishing community, and coincidentally, you're Deputy Minister of Fisheries. How has your constituency benefited from your position as Deputy Minister?
Thank you very much. Since we took over, I think that we have always said that the biggest challenge we have on our hand as fisheries is the dwindling fish stock.
Right.
So we have embarked on a lot of educational programs, and we have taken this to the community. We have organized programs for the youth. We educated them a lot on dangers of illegal fishing activities and their contribution to the depletion of the stock, and the fact that we risk collapsing the fisheries altogether. So we have had those activities organized along the coastal communities. Number two, we have introduced a new fish processing stove. We call it a hotel oven. As they are in the coastal community, I'm also from there. So we have introduced a woman in the community to some of this oven, which...
Have they embraced it?
Well, let me say that we have just finished the construction.
Okay. And
so we are here to get the first report from it. But I think that they will embrace it because, one, it is cost effective. It uses about 20% of the wood that you normally will use to process your fish. Aside that, it takes out all the carcinogens from the fish so that it can stay for a longer time. And then the pH value becomes 0. which is what the European market and other people accept as export.
Okay.
So fish from this oven will be accepted in the international market, and we believe that it will bring additional added value to the people. As I'm speaking to you now, we have also embarked on some livelihood employment programs that we are taking to the fishery communities. I don't know if you remember, there was a time that they said, we have said that the fishermen should go and collect waste and all that.
You never said that? Your ministers reported to have said that. In fact, it came from the fishermen themselves.
If you go to the fishing communities, there are fishermen who go to sea and make money every day. There are people who don't go to sea, they don't go to farm, they don't do anything. All that they do is to go to the beach. When the vessels arrive, they manage to get some small fish, sell it for 10 cedis, 5 cedis. These people, we know we're going to do a closed season.
Right.
If you do a closed season, those who depend on this kind of handouts to live, they are going to have problems. So if you have a program like collecting of plastic waste, where every day you can work and get like 30 Ghana cedis to support you, those are the people we're targeting. It wasn't a fisherman. We're not asking a fisherman. If you ask me, a fisherman, I have my canoe to go and collect waste, that would be an insult.
So it was a miscommunication then?
It's just the same media, putting spin.
No, it's not the media. I interviewed fishermen, and it came from the. I had never heard it.
Fishermen heard it from the media because the minister said that one in Parliament.
Right.
That we are bringing this livelihood to the communities to support the people.
Okay. So they had it in the media.
Yes. So one of the things we are doing, apart from the plastic pelleting, is salt iodization.
Right.
What we are doing is we are doing a salt program, and then we are teaching a woman how to iodize the salt and sell. And we are putting one in the Kumasi Shafa. So as I'm speaking to, the project is under construction, and I hope that eventually when the project starts, the women from the area will benefit. Okay,
let me go back to your constituency. And you yourself mentioned it earlier that that's where Professor Mills hailed from. There's supposed to be a library in your constituency named after him. Is it in your constituency?
There was a school.
A school instead?
Yes, there's also a library.
Yeah, there is a library.
But I don't think there's a Tamis library there, no.
It wasn't that one?
No, it was in Cape Coast. There was a library that was set up in Cape Coast.
Cape Coast. But there's a school named after him?
There's a school named after J.E. Mills.
Okay, what was the state of the school now?
It's one of the E-blocks, the very first E-block school.
Okay.
And it's sited between Ocham and Etibedu.
Okay.
So now with the free SHS, I think admission is very good. Last year about 800 students were posted there. But the challenge we have is that it's a day school. And so when the students come, they have to rent places in town. And we think that that's a bit of a challenge. It's also far away from the community. So commuting daily to the school is also a bit of a challenge. Although there's they have one bus that assists in that direction.
Okay.
And so yes, the Atomos GSS is there. We have the good numbers now. But we need to address the issues that they are confronted with.
Okay. And what's his legacy in the community like?
I would say that if anything at all, Atamis is just a likable person.
Okay.
Everybody likes him. And the way they liked him and they took him up as their father and looked up to him. I think the missing link was that after he passed on, the next person, maybe the president, they didn't really pay attention to the community.
Okay.
And that's what gave some of us the leeway to be able to
they felt let down. They felt
let down because president started doing a couple of things, the late president. I remember Kufuor brought some water project, but he ensured that it was extended to other communities. The roads there started saying tarring for first time, or the major tarring for the first time. And a couple of things sprang up. In fact, for a long time we were in darkness, but when President Amos became the vice president, he brought electricity to a place. So the people really like him and they admire him, and so I would say that is the best legacy he has there.
Okay, let's take our very final, this is the final break, our second break. We'll come back and talk more to the Honourable Member of Parliament for the Kumasi constituency. The Kumasi constituency is in the central region.
Akoto loves his family. He works hard to take care of them. So Ifya, his young daughter, can become the doctor she's always dreamt of. And Akosia, his lovely wife, can open the nursery school she talks about all the time. He can see a happy, relaxed retirement in the years to come. But life can get in the way of our dreams. Unable to work, how do their dreams come to pass? Don't let life's tragedies get in the way of your family's dreams. Get a life insurance policy from Star Life today. Star Life, your solid partner for life.
It's where I belong, where I feel strong. Listen, sweet sense of the streets and the avenue. Nothing out there is even comparable. I feel alive every time when I'm home, cause being with my brothers refreshes my soul.
No matter how far we travel or how famous we become, we will always be Ghanaian. Star Beer.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
K20, in the bar or in the party. K20, in the funeral or any other gathering. The burning sensation, I touch them up. K20 whiskey, we track a club with no mind. K20 whiskey, what I started to battle, K20 whiskey, K20 whiskey, hey, yeah, K20. And born there for 4. There's my papa, and I no. Opa makes it, Opa no mess anything they go, yeah. K20, in the bar or in the party. K20, in the funeral or any other gathering.
K20 whiskey, the burning sensation at the Chamape. No more yansem, one ton more biarundi in Fidwa Watche, on your map painful.
Welcome back to State of Affairs, brought to you by Go On Energy Drink, Cowbell Gold, definitely energy for winners, and MTN everywhere you go. I'm talking to the Honourable Francis Kingsley Atu-Kojo. He's a Member of Parliament for the Ekunfi constituency. All right, so what was the state of the constituency when you took over?
Okay, thank you. In fact, for the past 24 years, I would say that we haven't seen much in terms of economic development. Yes, we have seen roads, some roads done, like I stated earlier, by the ex-president at Mills. Of course, President Kufuor did some roads there as well. We have water extended.
President Mahama didn't do anything there?
President Mahama, what he did there was the E-block. Basically,
so he did something. I mean, it's education.
It's the E-block that he put up there, and so in terms of economic program, there hasn't been any serious economic program.
And are you changing that?
I remember President Kufuor started. I was working with some individual to put up a pineapple processing factory.
Okay.
Everything was done, but government guaranteed money for this individual. As soon as the hands changed and then the NDC came to power, that government support was withdrawn. So the creditors started taking up, they come and remove this machine and all that, and the factory collapsed. Now, since President Akufo-Addo came to power, the first this one factory was launched in the constituency. As I'm speaking to, the factory is over 55% complete. But then what we are doing is that we're going to do a pineapple processing factory. So we are establishing the farms. And as I speak to you, we are close to about 40 acre farms, pineapple farms, where we have also employed the youth and they are working, and we pay them every month. The farms are not state farms, they are individual farms. But you work on the farm, and we also pay you at the end of the month to enable you to work. So a lot of the young people...
This is sustainable?
It's sustainable because you are going to have the factory there. Pineapple has been the mainstay of majority of people. Now the market women, when they produce, the market women come and buy them at ridiculous prices. Sometimes when you overproduce, you are likely to see them go to waste. But now with a factory there that is going to set up a big capacity, according to the report, they need about 3,000 acres of pineapple to service the factory. So you always have ready market for the farm that they are constructing or they are putting up. So this is what is happening. There's one this side which disconnect. There are two rivers there, so one side is disconnected from the constituency, and it's almost like an estuary of that river. People have been drowning there. School children crawling into that. They have to cross by boat or canoe to the other side, and they've been drowning. President Danko Akufo-Addo is now putting up a bridge. We are putting up a bridge on that river, and already we have put a temporary bridge. So now they're able to commute from one end to another and via the bridge. But we're putting up a permanent, big structure there, and this is ongoing. We are, if you look at the Sino Hydro project, routes in my community have been identified, and they are part. They are the headline routes in the central region, where the president has promised to do. The president helped us to promised us to help construct a landing beach at Chotom, and we are seriously working on that. So once we get the money, we are going to start the construction of those projects. Beyond that, personally, I myself, what I'm doing is actually to try to work on the social intervention programs such as putting people into secondary schools, into universities.
Okay.
We have 3 SHS, but first year and then now second year. But a lot of them are not having that. So if you go to school, I have scholarships there. I am putting up...
scholarship for what? For the secondary school?
For the secondary school.
But if it is free SHS?
No, I mean, it's now final year students.
Also the final year students?
Yeah, it used to be for everybody, but now my burden is going down a little thanks to free SHS. But as a result, I've also increased the scholarship for females. I'm giving additional 20 female student scholarship, final year students, because the past year we've seen that the female students are doing better, much better. So we need to support them in this direction to be able to come out with that.
Do you feel that before the elections, your constituents understood that the free SHS did not mean Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and they were in for a shock when you took over and said that from last year it was for first years and that it was going to be progressive?
And I say the policy was announced by the government that there's going to be free SHS. What we didn't query was whether the government was going to free SHS for everybody from day one, or it was going to be
or what the government, the then NPP hid from us.
No, but you are a journalist, so you should have inquired, you should have asked questions, you should have, that could have brought that.
Okay, so we didn't ask the questions. Let's assume that we all failed to ask the questions, but you hit that critical part from Ghanaians.
I wouldn't say it was hidden. You understand?
But did you notice the outrage when the president said that it was going to start from the first years?
When
everyone was surprised.
Yeah, you can have that surprise, you can have that outrage, but you are the one who is going to implement the policy. And I must say that free SHS is one of the boldest policies we are implementing in this country. It is very costly to us. It's taking a lot of money from us. But I'm happy the president says even though he's taking a lot of money, we want to go the full strength by even introducing double tracking to ensure everybody who is qualified to go goes there, because we need to, if you like, bring out the energies of our people for them to contribute. Education is very good. The difference between us and Malaysia and all those people that we started with is because they have been able to put a lot of their people into higher education, whilst most of our people are dropping out. And if we keep doing that, allowing education to be affordable to whoever can afford, then it means that we are actually not determined to progress. There's always something that I say. I attended school in my community, it's Achiti Middle Secondary School. Those times there were no structures there. They use us to construct most of the school buildings. But today I sit here as a minister, MP, a member of parliament and a minister. If we have said that the buildings were not ready, so we shouldn't go to school, then I don't know where I'm going to be by now. So whatever it is, let's get the people there. They will teach them, they will learn something. Gradually we improve, we get the structures in place, and everything will be all right.
Absolutely. Let's take our very final break. We'll come back up and wrap up with the Honourable Member of Parliament for the Kumasi constituency.
And says up in for noon, a war drinking spots beer.
And don't go bitters, a demufua.
Akoto loves his family. He works hard to take care of them. So Ifya, his young daughter, can become the doctor she's always dreamt of. And Akosia, his lovely wife, can open the nursery school she talks about all the time. He can see a happy, relaxed retirement in the years to come. But life can get in the way of our dreams. Unable to work, how do your dreams come to pass? Don't let life's tragedies get in the way of your family's dreams. Get a life insurance policy from Star Life today. Star Life, your solid partner for life.
It's where I belong, where I feel strong. Listen. Sweet sense of the streets and the avenue. Nothing out there is even comparable. I feel alive every time when I'm home, cause being with my brothers refreshes my soul.
No matter how far we travel or how famous we become, we will always be Ghanaian Star Beer.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Food supplement.
Madam, I want Prosecure Herbal Tea. What is this? I said I want Prosecure Herbal Tea, not capsule.
This also be for urinary problem. Okay, please don't go. I have some.
Supplement to improve urine flow.
Do not let anyone deceive you. There's nothing like Prosecure capsule. It is Prosecure Herbal Tea. Just boil it and drink it. That's all.
Prostacure from Medimosis Prostate Center is a well-formulated food supplement acclaimed worldwide to improve urine flow. Now available at all pharmacies, filling station shops and shopping centers nationwide. Contact the Tem, Accra and Kumasi branches with the numbers on your screen. Visit our new ultra-modern diagnostic center at Twazako Valley opposite the Westgate.
Prostacure food supplement improves urine flow in men.
K20, in the bar or in the party. K20, in the funeral or any other gathering. The burning sensation not touching them up. K20 whiskey, who track a crack with no mind. K20 whiskey, what a started to Batulu, where K20 whiskey, K20 whiskey, hey, yeah, K20. And one of them for 4. Yes, papa, and no. Opa makes it, Opa no mess anything they go, yeah. K20, in the bar, or in the party. K20, in the funeral or any other gathering.
K20 whiskey, the burning sensation at a chamape. No mwanyansem, wanton mo biarundi in fidwa wache, onye ma painful.
Welcome back to the final minutes of State of Affairs, brought to you by MTN Everywhere You Go. Cowbell Gold, Energy for Winners, and Go On Energy Drink. Now, so do you feel that with all that you said you have done in the constituency, these constituents will retain you, knowing very well that it's a stronghold of the NDC?
Nana,
you're ready to change the course of that?
What I would say is that, you see, the people voted NDC mainly because of Professor Atamios.
Okay.
And he's no more. And since he passed, the party really hasn't taken good care of them. And since I came
in... And this is a statement of fact?
It's a statement of fact. And since I came in, they have seen that there's difference. You see, it's different having an MP and having somebody who says, I'm picking the issues and I'm dealing with them one by one. I am well known in the constituency. They know me before I became a politician. I wasn't a politician before. I was a preacher. I used to preach.
Ah.
Yes. And they have that trust and the confidence in me.
Right.
So people who voted for me, they were voting for the person Atukuju. And they know that I haven't changed. They are able to come to my house every day with all kinds of requests. I know things are not easy. Things are a bit of a challenge. But as many as come to me, they do receive their responses. Now, after the incidents at Isam, the next day I was supposed to go to a hotel. The people gathered at 3 o'clock to wait for me. But then when I was on my way, the chiefs from Isam called that they had come to my house. So I have to turn back. I go to Otom 7 o'clock.
And they were still waiting.
And they were still waiting. And they were encouraging me that I should forget whatever happened. Otom is the capital of NDC. We have never won a single seat. 2016 election, out of the 7 seats, I won 6. And they are telling me that whatever has happened, it's not going to go back. They have decided to go with me because they see that I respond to their issues. And so I'm not worried about 10 people who demonstrated against me. No. Majority of the people, if you go to all the Kumasi platforms, even those platforms that are very critical of me, go there and see how people are talking. And they are very sorry that something like this should be directed towards me because they know my persona, how I respect and relate to people.
Right.
And so somebody should not just get up and relate to you in that manner. So 2020, I'm very confident. I know when I meet NDC people, my colleague members of parliament and others, they say, well, after that, we don't need to use our city, we'll come and take it. But it's not easy like that.
You've taken it from them.
It is so in my hands, under my armpit, and I'm running with it.
And in your pocket.
In my pocket, I'm running with it.
Thank you very much for talking to us. The Honorable Francis Kingsley Atikojo. He's the Member of Parliament for the Kumasi constituency in the Central Region and Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Pleasure coming your way. The show was brought to you by MTN, Cowbell Energy Gold, and Go On Energy Drink. Have a good night.
State of Affairs brought to you by Cowbell Gold, Go On Energy Drink, No Limits, and Everywhere You Go, MTN.
It is time for us to raise our voices to the heavens again as Jeanette Services presents the second edition of an all-female minstrel night of Worship Unlimited, dubbed Women in Worship. Brace yourself as you encounter God. Songs from the international award-winning minstrel Sinach from Nigeria, supported by Ohima Mercy, Tego Sisters, Minister Jackie and Parry, Minister Kekeli, Sisi Jum, Emmy Newman, Reverend Rita Koranche Ankra, Reverend Christy Dotete, and other female ministers of God. Make a date with us at the Perez Dome, Jolu Accra, on Thursday, 20th September 2018 at 4 p.m. sharp. This September, a thundering history will be made. Daughter, you have a voice. Tickets are up for 50 Ghana City standard. Grab your tickets now from Airport Shell, Perez Dome, Bopa Junction. This event is proudly sponsored by official media partner GH1 TV. For more information, sponsorship, and tickets, contact.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
You don't cook.
You always
clean,
want
you
things to say about me. What is wrong with you?
so lazy. Get out.
I am not going
What
to
do you
get
do in this
you.
house? I am done with you. I am done.
Dear Tales, my husband is fighting me because he wants me to quit my well-paid job and be a housewife.
Dear Tales, I just found out my husband has been cheating on me for years now.
Tales. Anytime I want to be intimate with my wife, she complains of headache and tiredness.
Don't worry, with Tales, all your problems are over. We listen, we discuss, and we find everlasting solutions to all your relationship problems. And sometimes we actually recommend counseling. My name is Shirley Tibila, but you can call me Cookie, and I'm your host for Tales from the Powder Room. Join me every Wednesday, 9 p.m. only on GH1 TV.
GH1 TV, your best experience. GH1 TV, your best experience.
In life, we face many challenges and experience many joys. Sometimes we do not have the formula for it. But when we have a listening ear and a great encouraging conversation can help. And the Late Afternoon Show brings you exactly that.
Lawyer, can a man be raped?
Our law is clear when it comes to rape. Rape is in respect of female.
Okay.
Carnal knowledge of a female who is not less than 16 years.
When it comes to defilement, age is a determinant. If they are able to prove that at the time that you had sex, it was 16 years, then definitely it's not defilement.
It's a lifestyle show interspersed with real-life stories and real people, with exciting and insightful conversations about anything and absolutely everything.
A lot of, men prefer voluptuous women.
My waist is 24.
And your hips?
40.
Huh?
I've been waist training for the past 3 years.
And your hips are?
51.
What? From everyday social issues to trending matters in your world of entertainment, and with a team of young vocal people and some professionals, we're redefining real talk.
Going through people's phones, going through their mails, their text messages, and whatever.
It is not healthy.
It is not healthy, and it's not right.
It is.
It's only people who cheat that believes that everybody's phone should be locked.
Join us every Monday and Friday at 4 p.m. right here on GH1 TV. And remember, the secret to your success is in your daily routine.
What sound does the turkey make? Can we listen and see if we are close?
GH1 TV, your best experience.
Ghana Police Watch, the factual and reliable weekly series that will bring you timely information on combating crime in Ghana.
Good morning, police emergency. How may I assist you?
These are the police officers who risk their lives daily in the line of duty.
The public, we need their support.
Don't miss the special reports and news updates from Ghana Police Service and stimulating discussions on policing in Ghana.
Ghana Police Watch. Good evening and welcome.
Ghana Police Watch.
GH1 TV, your best experience.
When I took up the role of being the next host of Guess Who Is Coming for Dinner, I never anticipated that I would experience so much joy and love all over one meal. From invading homes and cooking delicious meals with my amazing chef. Then to the emotional reasons for the surprises and the screams of surprise! to my favorite parts, dining with friends and family.
And the Benis answer, I will fear
Join me, Cookie, and the Guess Who team every Sunday at 4 p.m. on GH1 TV. To surprise a loved one, kindly just log on to www.chatterhouseghana.com or call 0244 333378. It's absolutely free. Guess Who is Coming for Dinner is proudly brought to you by Indomie Instant Noodles, Royal Feast Rice, and GTP. Bon appetit!
GH1 TV, your best experience. GH1 TV, your best experience.
Well, it's another great evening on The Pundits. My name is Jay Foley, and you are so welcome. Don't forget all our conversations today. You can join us on social media as well and share your comments and your posts, and let's hear from you. It'll be great to hear your comments as well and your opinions on our subject matter for today. Well, in the past couple of weeks, if you're a keen follower of what happens on social media, if it's not politics, then it's entertainment. And recently, from the ripple effect of what happened in Nigeria when Men's School was launching, well, with the cold reception that the top Ghanaian artists received, as to who to blame, we are still yet to find out. Well, the ripple effect is still on, and there's a sudden call for the 80% to 20% consumption of Ghanaian content, you know, from media to the fans and to the viewers. And then it's also brought about a whole lot of conversations with Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale in a recent beef, as well as Shatta and Kwakese. All these discussions are on The Pundits today, so don't go away. It's going to be very interesting. My name is Jay, and we are ready.
In this part of the world, we're up long before the sun. Playing our part to make our world, our connections, and relationships a lot more brighter. They say agrobeswa, ne frianopa. Start your day bright with MTN Kokroko. For only $1 Ghana cedi, you can enjoy 400 megabytes of data and 30 minutes of free MTN to MTN calls every day from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. everywhere you go. Dial *138# to buy the MTN Kokroko bundle now.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Where I belong, where I feel strong. Listen. Sweet sense of the streets in the avenue. Nothing out there is even comparable. I feel alive every time when I'm home, cause being with my brothers refreshes my soul.
No matter how far we travel or how famous we become, we will always be Ghanaian Star Beer.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Even on those nights I sleep worry-free with Always Ultra.
It has a soft, light cotton top layer and gives you 3 times better dryness.
No stain, no check for 2 hours. Good night, speed, good morning energy. Good time with my family. Good morning energy, good morning energy. I stay fresh and lively with Always Ultra.
Gives you 3 times better dryness. Now available in a brand new pack.
So So my pundits are very ready, and the conversations today, I just can't wait to hear their opinion. Well, they're not new to your screen, so I just want to make this quick and snappy. Well, to my extreme right, I have Yemi Baba from my team and joining me here this evening. Yemi, what has Nigeria got for us today?
We have everything. We always have something. I mean, we get something every day. So
there is a lot of strategy that Ghana and Niger, we have to work on, all in the interest of promoting African content.
Yeah, true.
I know we're coming there. Mr. Logic is also joining me here this evening. Mr. Logic, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fantastic.
Good to be here again.
We still have to conclude the discussion on whether hip life or dancehall is the big sellout for
It's
Ghana.
very necessary.
It's very necessary.
Yeah, very necessary.
And then, Adjoa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Have you had a good